my presentation, I want to talk about a paper written by Laurent Simon, published in 2005. The title of the paper is Managing Creative Projects, an Empirical Synthesis of Activities. I want to start by guiding you through the outline of my presentation. First, I want to talk a bit about what the paper is about, then the methods used in the paper, the result that came out of it, supporting theories and papers, and in the end I want to talk a bit about recommendations and how I want to apply this to my professional life as a project manager. So, the article is a radical empirical look on concrete activities of project management involved in creative projects. It has a specific focus on non-administrative issues. And in this paper, they have a focus on 4 case studies, which they look at is what the project managers actually do in their work, in everyday work. And they have a case study from a video game industry, a multimedia company, an advertising company, and a circus. In the paper here, they have defined a creative project team as a playful community, which has a strong work ethic organized around 3 main activities, which are never-ending learning, collective knowledge sharing, and mutual challenging. And beyond the analytical, cognitive, psychological, symbolic, and discursive activities, they have presented 4 sets of activities, which mission is to acknowledge the everyday work of a project manager in creative work. These are the sense maker, the web weaver, the game master, and the flow balancer. The sense maker has a focus on learning by doing, interpreting situations, and translating the project into vision, goal, objectives, activities, and tasks, and more importantly, to build the shared meaning for the group. The web weaver identifies individual skills in the team, defines the communication channels within the project, and institute knowledge-sharing context in order to have a collective learning environment. The game master sets the rules, acts as a goal bearer, and defines and guards the playground. He also fosters scores and allocates sanctions and awards. The flow balancer aims at intrinsic motivation, that how do you want to do it from inside and not just money and the outside things. He sets challenges, balance constraints and freedom, and importantly, an important point is that he believes in having fun. The article has 3 concluding remarks. The first one is that the project manager acts as a context builder more than a plan and control manager. They have emphasized that flow and fun is more acknowledged as a powerful tool for creativity. And the third and maybe most important part in this article is that they recognize that to get theoretical integration for this, it will ask for more research in the future. Direct observations and quality accounts of project managers' actions and what they actually do, and their rationale as well. When reading this article, I kept on thinking about de Bono's 6 thinking hats, which is another way of looking at different sets of roles within, for example, a project. And it's about, in project management generically, as well as specifically for creative teams, it's about knowing when to wear which hat and at what time. And as you can see here, I made the green hat for creativity a bit bigger, since this is about creative projects. And an important point to foster creative environments is to have a positive environment and optimism around it, to keep it safe and nice. And that's when I had started reading about Dolphy, who did a survey about optimism in the work environment. They say that optimism within project managers is a very important attribute, and as you can see, only 7% of the optimists rated their work environment as negative, whilst the pessimists had a complete of 60% who rated their work environment as negative. And they also state that optimism affects both effectiveness and efficiency in the work environment. Another important issue in the paper that I read about is the importance of collective learning to work with creativity. And in 2007, Bergen identified 5 main dimensions of organizational learning, which I think is quite easy to translate into the paper, just using other words. The first one is to have empathy on the team and its projects. The second one is involvement of the project team and error correction. The third one is about implementation of participative management mode. The fourth one is about knowledge sharing. And the fifth one is to have an emergent agenda for the resolution of problems emerging during the project. An example is that in the paper about the creative projects, the project manager who did the video game industry, he had, whenever somebody did something very good and new, he would stop all work and make everybody come around and look at what this person did, both to empower that he took initiative, as well as the other to learn and maybe even develop their ideas. So I think that's a very good example of how you can use a problem into doing something good. So, to summarize what I've been talking about, I have said what the article was about, what methods I've used, the results of the paper, some supporting theories and papers, and now